According to WWF, the Living Planet Report 2008, we have already exceeded the Earth's capacity to regenerate by 30%. Also, did you know that just in the last 45 years, our demands as a collective human being is just doubled? I know this is shocking, but this is the reality. In our modern life, we talk a lot about our environment. We are worried as well. We talk about earthquake, we talk about ice age, we talk a lot about global warming. But did you ever ask the question to yourself that what we are doing for our environment and why these things are happening with our environment, with the nature? It's just because of us. So don't ask, do something for nature, do something for environment. क्योंकि अब इसके बारे में सोचने के लिए किसी साइंटिस्ट के टीम की ज़रूरत नहीं है. अब ये हर आमो खास को सोचना है, आपको भी और मुझे भी. और जब हमने एनवायरनमेंट के साथ छेड़छाड़ की वजह तलाशने की कोशिश की तो सबसे बड़ी वजह यही उभर कर सामने आई कि हमने कंक्रीट के जंगल बसाने की वजह से अपने एनवायरनमेंट को ये नुकसान पहुंचा दिया. एंड एट दैट टाइम ओनली आई गॉट टू नो अबाउट स्काईवुड्स डेवलपर. तो चलिए आज उन्हीं से जानने की कोशिश करते हैं कि कैसे प्रकृति को बिना नुकसान पहुंचाए, एनवायरनमेंट को बिना किसी तरीके का नुकसान दिए हम एक हाई और स्टैंडर्ड लिविंग स्टाइल अपना सकते हैं. So here we are going to talk about green technology, about an idea and concept. And with us, Mr. Anurag Gupta is here, who is the chairman of Skywoods Group of Companies. Welcome, Anurag ji. Anurag ji, why do you think that there is the entire drive of sustainability today?
आप सस्टेनेबिलिटी की बात क्यों कर रहे हैं मेरे से? Why cannot we speak green? Why cannot we live in green? Why cannot we smell green? दुनिया में इतना डस्ट, इतना स्मोक जनरेट हो रहा है ड्यू टू इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन. कोई भी आदमी आज की डेट में फ्रेश सांस नहीं ले पा रहा. तो हमें सबसे पहली ज़रूरत है कि हम उस एयर को क्लीन करें. उसके लिए हमें पेड़ लगाने हैं. हम पेड़ भी लगा नहीं पाते. हर आदमी ऑटोमेशन में आ चुका है. हर आदमी मोबाइल इस्तेमाल कर रहा है. वो मोबाइल कनेक्टेड है अपने सर्वर से, जो फिर कार्बन जनरेट कर रहे हैं. तो सोते जागते एवरीबडी इज जस्ट डिस्ट्रॉइंग आवर एटमॉस्फेयर. That is why the sustainability is required, number one. And we need to inculcate this sustainability into our lives. We have to start this from home. We have to create small gardens. We have to conserve water. We have to conserve electricity. That is how we will implement this into our lifestyle, and that is what.
अभी आपने एक बात कही कि सस्टेनेबिलिटी इज फ्यूचर. मैं यही सुनते हुए बड़ी हुई हूँ कि बदलाव प्रकृति का नियम है. वैसे में मेरा सवाल ये है कि हम प्रकृति में स्थिरता किस तरीके से लाएंगे, या आपकी सोच इस बारे में क्या है?
You have every means to do everything at your house. You can put planters. You can conserve electricity. You can use lot of appliances which uses low energy, like bulbs, like LED bulbs, home automation systems. With this, lot of energy can be saved. The very big brand called Mitsubishi, they make green air conditioners. There are solar air conditioners.
But where is the starting point of change in lifestyle that you are talking about?
Who will start first? An individual has to start first. Someone has to take this initiative. And we are trying to do this only. We are trying to create into the minds of people that they should take initiative in giving something to the nature. They have always snatched everything and used it furiously.
I am sitting with Mr. Bharat Khetan, who is the CEO of Skywoods. Let's talk to him about the primary goal of Skywoods.
Thank you for the introduction, ma'am. At Skywoods, as our chairman would have said earlier, primary goal is sustainability. And to achieve that, what better place to start than our homes? At Skywoods, we want to start by developing homes that have carbon neutral construction. By carbon neutral construction, we basically mean that any technology that would have any kind of light gauge steel structure or even my one shuttering technology basically reduces the steel required per square feet, and eventually that reduces the consumption. So it offsets the carbon footprint. At Skywoods, our focus is to reduce the carbon footprint and at the same time reduce the dependence on the technology. But when I say reduce the dependence on technology, I don't mean that we are not going to use it. We want to use the technology to the optimum level and strike the right balance between the technology and the construction. So by technology, what I mean is that firstly, something like a bioclimatic architecture itself is a technology. So having a bioclimatic architecture where our homes will stay cooler in summers and warmer in winter is eventually going to reduce our energy consumption, but that's a technology that we're going to use in our construction. For all the energy purposes, to reduce the energy consumption, we want to make sure that we use sustainable power generation, where any power generation source like solar, wind, or even biogas or biofuel are our options. Third level comes in sustainability is water. In water, we are going to focus on water recycling and groundwater recharge. Water recycling can be done in many ways. Firstly, it can be done by reusing the water multiple times, and secondly, the water recycling can be done through natural means like plants. The fourth thing that comes at technology level is home automation. When we say home automation, it actually means that we are going to connect all the appliances to the technology, to the wireless networks. But the whole advantage there is to reduce the carbon footprint and have it more automated so that there is less use of technology or less use of energy consumption wherever required and whenever required. The next level is food. For food, we want to focus on technologies like hydroponics, where soil is not the essential ingredient, but water is. So even water can help us achieve what we might want as an organic food. Now, considering this as all this might not be a part of just one project, but could be in different projects, but we'll try to use as many possible things as we can in any one project. Our vision is to have or empower the communities to live in a sustainable habitat by 2050. But how can we achieve that is at this level we can say is, as I said earlier, there should be a right balance between the technology and the construction systems. Similarly, at Skywoods, we have a well-experienced, esteemed board of governors who are going to mentor us and eventually will lay the foundation for us to take the company future in 2050.
See, Mr. Bharat, at one side we are talking about sustainability, and on another hand we are looking at for long run. Do you think this is possible?
Oh, absolutely. So the idea when the word comes sustainable is self-sustainable means that it's self-sustaining. All these things that I'm talking about are mostly mechanical. They are a part of lifestyle, and they are some things that can easily go on. Something like solar energy or hydroponics or even bioclimatic architecture is a part of design at this level. Once it's implemented, the sustenance is going to go on forever till the life of those appliances on the units.
And is it easy?
Oh, absolutely. I think even at this level, one can even start hydroponics at their home. Just to have water, and you can even say lettuce, you can grow lettuce at home. It's often said that lettuce loses its ingredients, its vital nutrients after 96 hours of plucking. But in our logistics system, I don't even think that we can even get from farm to fork, we can get the lettuce within 96 hours. So, and whereas if you use something like hydroponics, which is easy and simple and organic, we can just have the lettuce right after we have just plucked out of the plant.
Okay, Mr. Bharat, thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you. So Astha Gupta is sitting next to me, who is the CIO of Skywoods. Let's talk to her. Welcome, Astha. Come, Astha.
Thank you.
Astha, my question is, what sets your company apart?
What sets our company apart is our approach to sustainable development itself. We do not just think that it is sustainable development alone that is the future. It is the integration of sustainable development with the community as a whole. We start at identifying the need in the first place. We do not just start a township because it will be commercially viable to do so. We do an extensive value management analysis on identifying whether a community can be set up in that area in the first place. This includes identifying everything from whether the venue can cater to the community and whether the community would itself grow and prosper at the venue itself. Further, this approach to community begins right at the planning stage itself. So we start at the design phase. We do not try to bring this element later, as in we do not expect the people to find their way around the space. We design the space around the people. Some of the considerations that go into this kind of space planning are first at the apartment stage, wherein we consider the individual's interaction with the apartment, and then later at the entire township phase, where we consider how we are going to implement elements of commercial and hospitality in the interaction with the individuals in a manner that fosters community interaction or community development. You know, there's a very famous quote that an individual starts a movement or an initiative, but it is the community that builds it and retains it and takes it forward. We really believe by that, and in consideration of this, we take every initiative or every plan or every concept that we come up with, we try to value it or weigh it against a community's benefits and pros and cons for the community. The next part that we really look at, another thing that we really look at when we consider a community and its well-being, another thing which we consider when we look at a community is its well-being quotient. Over here we consider things like what kind of food that goes in, what kind of community activities we have, and everything is managed or conceptualized in a manner that fosters the community well-being. Another thing which we are planning to launch in a short time is a community program. What we intend to do by this community program is create an area or a space for people to share their ideas on what the experiences generally has been with the green technology, or what they like and what we can repeat, stuff like that. We encourage people to be a part of that program regardless of how they are attached to us. They do not even have to be an investor with us to be involved with this program, because we want to bring that shift in thinking. This community program will also go a long way. This community program is also not township specific, as in not just people from one township are a part of it. It is for people across townships. So we may have two townships on two different ends of India, and you have people communicating and sharing ideas on green living from those ends. We think that will also really feed into this cultural interaction sort of a thing, which is all towards our sustainability goals.
Okay, and now we come to the second question.
Yes, you're absolutely right in your observation. Our team is definitely... You're absolutely right in your observation. Our team is definitely, the front runners of our team are all the young people.
Yeah.
However, we are mentored by this group of really esteemed, experienced people who I think understand our motivations and have the same convictions as us. So with all of this in place, our aim is definitely to bring that change, that shift in thinking and lifestyle, and not just get people to live in one green apartment or get one green plant in their house and say, oh my god, we're green now. They really need to start thinking it, they need to start living it. And with this team, I think it is possible.
CDO of Skywoods, Soumya Gupta, is sitting next to me. Let's talk to her.
Hi.
I would like to know, is long-term sustainability affordable?
At Skywoods, we are planning our finances, or we are modeling our finances in such a way that there is a long-term affordable sustainability with us. We're actually doing this by providing zero CAM, that is zero maintenance, for the next 30 years to all our customers.
Okay.
So you don't have to pay any maintenance charges for the property while, like, after buying the property for a period of 30 years, as I said before.
Here I would like to ask one question. Why exact 30 years? Why not 25 or 35 years?
So we're looking at a time of 30 years because 30 years, it covers 1/3 of your lifespan. If we go over 30 years, it does not become very affordable, and if we go below 30 years, in the overall setting, it does not fit right. So I believe that 30 years, it is the right amount of time for a person to invest in something like this. Furthermore, we are also giving 100% return on investment to all our customers after 34 years, right? So let's say you invest with us today. After 34 years, you will get your entire money back. In addition to this, we're also providing estate management services. So because we are giving holiday homes, you don't have to worry about your holiday home while you're not living there. So you can just call in the estate manager and get your house cleaned, and that will be it'll be ready to move in.